Hello again, my friends. Welcome to episode 2 of Generations in Conversation. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome to the show where we explore life, family, and the stories that connect us all. And if you were here for episode 1, thank you for coming back. It means the world to have you here. So, how's everyone doing today? Take a moment to check in with yourself. Maybe grab your coffee, tea, or whatever brings you comfort. Let's settle in because today we're talking about something that has the power to truly transform our lives. Small steps. Those tiny, often overlooked actions that, when added up over time, lead to the most meaningful changes. Why small steps matter. It's easy to get overwhelmed when we think about big goals. Whether it's improving ourselves, building relationships, or chasing dreams, the sheer size of what we want to achieve can feel impossible. Sometimes it feels so daunting that we don't even start. But here's the thing. Big things don't happen all at once. They're made up of countless little moments, tiny decisions, and small, consistent efforts. Think about this. A tree doesn't grow overnight. It starts as a seed. It gets water, sunlight, and time. Day by day, it grows stronger, taller, and eventually becomes something magnificent. Our lives are like that tree. Small steps are the water and sunlight that help us grow. My first big lesson in small steps. Let me share a story that taught me this lesson in the most unexpected way. Back in high school, I decided I wanted to run a 5K. Now, if you know me, you know I'm not a runner. In fact, back then, running even one lap around the track felt like climbing Mount Everest. But for some reason, I set the goal anyway, probably because I thought it sounded cool. The first day I went out to train, I barely made it 200 meters before I had to stop. My chest hurt, my legs felt like jelly, and I thought, this is impossible. What was I thinking? But then my mom, bless her heart, said something that stuck with me forever. She told me, you don't have to run the 5K today. Just run a little farther than you did yesterday. That's all. So I did. The next day I ran 220 meters. The day after that, 250. It wasn't much, but it was progress. Over the next month, those tiny increases added up and I was running a full kilometer without stopping. 3 months later, I crossed the finish line of that 5K. I wasn't fast, but I did it. That experience taught me that progress doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful. It's not about giant leaps. It's about small, steady steps forward. Applying small steps to everyday life. Now let's talk about how this applies to everyday life. Think about something you've been wanting to do. Maybe you want to learn a new skill, start a side project, or get better at managing your time. Whatever it is, ask yourself, what's one small step you can take today? For example, if you want to read more, don't pressure yourself to finish a book in a week. Start with 10 minutes a day. If you're trying to eat healthier, don't try to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start with one small change, like swapping soda for water. If you're looking to reconnect with loved ones, don't wait for the perfect moment. Send a simple text or make a 5-minute phone call. Small steps make big goals manageable, and when you focus on progress instead of perfection, you build momentum. The ripple effect. Here's something amazing about small steps. They don't just affect you, they create a ripple effect. A friend of mine, let's call her Mia, started walking 15 minutes every evening. It wasn't much, just a small effort to get moving after dinner. But her kids noticed and wanted to join her. Soon, her husband joined in too. Before long, these evening walks became a family tradition, a time for them to talk, laugh, and connect. What started as a simple habit for one person turned into something that brought a whole family closer together. That's the power of small steps. You never know how your actions might inspire those around you. So think about this. Is there a small step you can take that might create a ripple effect? Maybe it's being kinder to yourself, sharing positive words with a friend, or showing gratitude to someone in your life. Small actions can spark big changes, not just for you, but for the people around you. A quick exercise. Let's do a little exercise together. Right now, think about one thing in your life that feels overwhelming. Maybe it's a messy room, a looming deadline, or a personal goal you've been avoiding. Now ask yourself, what's the smallest step I can take to move closer to where I want to be? Maybe it's clearing just one corner of that messy room, or writing the first sentence of that project, or spending just 5 minutes brainstorming your goal. Whatever it is, start small. Give yourself permission to take one tiny step. My challenge to you. All right, it's challenge time. This week, I want you to pick one small step you'd like to take. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering. It could be as simple as drinking an extra glass of water each day, or taking a 5-minute walk after lunch. Here's the important part. Write it down. Say it out loud. Tell a friend. When you put your goal into words, it becomes real. Then, commit to it for a week. And I'd love to hear from you. Send me a message, comment on social media, or shoot me an email. Tell me what small step you're taking and how it's going. I might even share some of your stories in a future episode. Be patient with yourself. One last thing before we wrap up. Be kind to yourself. Change is hard, even when it's small. There will be days when you stumble, forget, or feel like giving up. And that's okay. The important thing is to keep going. Remember, you don't have to run the 5K today. Just go a little farther than you did yesterday. Wrapping up. All right, my friends, that's it for episode 2. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need a little encouragement. And as always, take care, be kind, and keep moving forward one small step at a time.